Hello, hello! Dr. Clif, your movement recovery specialist, and welcome back to Breakfast at the Office. This is week 3? 4? It's day 20 of my 2019 fitness challenge. The episodes are going to get a little thrown off because I threw some bonus ones in there. But this is day 20 of trying out the keto style diet. I have some coffee, which is always nice. And how are things going? Well, had a strange thing happen this week. I know I said we're going to talk about exercise, and we are. So if you're here to hear what exercise I'm doing to lose weight, don't click off and go look at something else. It's coming. First, I want to talk about eating. Eating something has always been easy for me. I enjoy it. There's really not many foods, if any, that I dislike. But it's gotten a little tough to eat in the morning. Only certain things. Salad, basically. I don't know why. I don't know if I got some of that nasty recalled spinach, or if my body's just changing some with his diet, or if eating a pound of meat or even a pound of hard pretzels or something is a whole lot easier for my body than eating a pound of, well, not a pound, that would be a crazy amount, but 3-4 cups of greens. But for some reason, twice in the past week, once I literally got sick, which is extremely rare for me. Something that happens every couple of years. And a second time I felt like I was going to, and I stopped eating the spinach that was in my meal. Just ate all the rest of this stuff, and I felt fine. So for some reason, spinach is not my friend anymore. At least for now. Brussels sprouts and asparagus seem to be fine. And I love Brussels sprouts, so we're just going to stick with those this week coming up. And hopefully that's a safer scenario. Because I'm not a fan of vomiting, in case you're wondering. And that's not on the video anywhere, because I don't think that would make for pleasant viewing. So, I'm not going to run this morning because I did a long walk yesterday, which I have been doing most weekends, so that wouldn't typically cause me not to run. There's also it's cold. Don't feel bad for me. I live in South Florida. Cold means 40 something. Not minus temperatures like most of the country right now. But it's cold for me, and it's raining and blowing. It looks like a mini hurricane outside. We've been unusually dry even for us in dry season, so I don't think it's rained more than a few drops in the last 6-8 weeks. And suddenly it's pouring down rain and cold. So I might run later today. If not, I'll get in a run in the middle of the week sometime. But no running this morning. Let's go get weighed. We'll see where we're at with that. And this is day 20. So remember, on day 1 I started at 157.1. Yeah, that was probably 25 years ago, maybe longer. Day 1 I started at 257.5. And let's see where we're at today. 243.6. Okay, so the weight's not quite where I expected it would be, but that's okay. It's a process, right? Like we've talked about before. And things definitely are fitting a little different. And my strength is staying up in my workouts. Workouts actually were a little easier this week than last week, even though I'm losing weight. So what am I doing in my workouts? I am lifting weights for about an hour, probably a little less, about 50 minutes of fairly heavy direct lifting. I don't have a set like Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, because it really just depends on my work schedule. And honestly, even more so, it depends on my wife's work schedule, because she's working out with me for about 1.5 years now, which I really enjoy. One, I know she's getting in the strength training that she should have for bone density and just general conditioning. And two, it's nice to have a workout partner. But sometimes life gets in the way, so the days get thrown off a little. Sometimes we do 3 days in a row, pretty rarely, because that's tough, but it's not always, perfect. So, and this is going to change in a week or two. I'm going to change the whole program because it just happens to be when that happens. We're on a 12-week program, and we're at week 10 this week, so we're splitting the body parts up. I like to do really kind of full body workout, but right now we're just doing something a little bit different. So one day I do mostly, let's back up. Basically doing 4 main lifts that work big hunks of the body. There's no like, I want to work my bicep today. No. We're doing 2 upper body days and 2 lower body days, but really each of those days works almost the whole body each day. We have a main exercise for each day that we do 6 sets of 6 reps. And then we have 4 other supplemental exercises that work the same area of the body. So day 1 is squats. So traditional back squats. If you aren't sure what those are or you want some instruction, a long time ago for my channel, so like 6 months, I have a video on squatting. I'll try putting a link up here above somewhere. Back to that. Don't make fun of the video quality. I think it's even filmed sideways like this, so it'll look a lot less polished than this does. But it has good information. Day 2, we do bench press, and really the supplemental exercises on the bench press day are basically just wide and narrow bench press as well. So we do a whole lot of bench pressing. Day 3, we do deadlifts, and on day 4, which happens to be today, this will be our last workout where we do the 6 sets of 6. Day 4, we do overhead press. After we do the 6 sets of 6 on the main workout, then we do 2, 3, or 4 sets of 5, depending on the week, of the supplemental exercises, with a fairly small rest interval, maybe a minute at the most, and a lot of times more like 30 to 45 seconds. So the whole workout goes pretty quick. It's not designed to be cardio, but especially on the 2 leg days, the squat day and the deadlift day, you're using so many big muscle groups throughout your body that it can get your heart rate up there a little bit. Also, I'm walking. I think I mentioned it before, but I got this sexy new Garmin for Christmas, and I try to get in 10,000 steps a day, but some days with work, it just doesn't happen. Now, I'm fortunate that I walk a lot during the day because I'm moving around with patients all day. I'm not just sitting at a computer screen. So on a normal day, if I don't purposely do any extra walking, I get between 4,000 and 6,000 steps. And for my body size and stride length, 2,000 steps is about a mile. So I walk 2 to 3 miles around the office which isn't real big. So I'm glad my carpet holds up as well as it does. But I try to take a walk a few times a week to get those numbers up closer to 10,000. And then on the weekend, usually Sunday, but this week we did it on Saturday because we knew this unusually cold, rainy weather was coming. My wife and I go for a longer walk in the woods, a little bit of day hiking, maybe 6 to 10 miles. No big fast pace, but just get some miles in, enjoy the scenery, see a bunch of birds, see an alligator maybe, just enjoy the outside. It's good for you. So that's what I'm doing exercise-wise. Look forward to this week. I think at the end of this week we'll basically be through the month of January, so I'll give you a month-long update. And hopefully eating's a little easier this week. Not something I've ever had trouble with, so that was odd. I think it was the spinach. I hope so. Till next time, remember, life is a strength sport, so get stronger and get living.